Says I'm late. Close that. Update the titles. Oh my gosh, I'm so late. I am so terribly late. Update all. Here we go. In theory, I'm out. We're going. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Give me a quick second here. Where's the restream chat thing? I need that open. Oh my goodness. I think we're there. Hi. Welcome to Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. The live taping, at least. How's my light? That look good? I think that looks good. I think we're all good. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I had some last-minute things to get accomplished before we could do this, but the good news is I'm here. We're ready to go. Ready to rock and roll, ready to have a good time. Today I'm going to talk about successful podcasting beyond the top 100. Yes, that is the topic of today. Good morning, Arlen. If you are brand new, welcome. You're about to watch the live taping of this show called Podcast Pontifications. You're seeing all the behind-the-scenes stuff. The things I'm talking about right now aren't the things that are going to go out on the real podcast. All the words I'm saying right now will not go in the article that gets posted. This is just me getting warmed up, doing the things that I need to do to get the show working. And again, I'm a little bit late. If for the really brand new people, just so you know, this is the final episode of this season. I gotta say that really quickly. This is the final episode of this season. I always take a break during the month of June, and since Memorial Day weekend is upon us, that means I won't be working on Monday because that's Memorial Day. So I will be off all of June, and normally I come back right after the 4th of July holiday. I'm extending that by a week just because we are traveling. My wife and I are driving back to see our family in Oklahoma. I haven't seen my family back in Oklahoma since we moved back to America in 2018. So it's been a while. I had intended to go prior to this, but there was a little thing you might remember that called 2020 that got in the way in the first part of 2021. So we are making that trip back. So I'll be back in Oklahoma that week of 4th of July weekend. So won't actually be starting the show until I get back that following Monday, which is a day. I don't know what day it is because it's a calendar and I don't need to worry about those sorts of things. But season 4 of Podcast Pontifications will resume in July. At the end of today's live taping / episode recording, I will be giving you some additional information about what else is coming. I'm going to give you some teasing information about that a little bit more and some details of how you can get it. Because while I'm taking a break from doing the show, I'm not taking a break from everything else that I do. So I'll be experimenting with some new stuff. But we'll talk about that at the end. Stick around. We'll talk about that at the end. Right, so I think things look good. I'm satisfied with the way that looks, which is crazy since I just threw it up there. Let's get to I need QuickTime video, QuickTime player, time player. Wants to launch QuickBooks all the time. I don't want to look at QuickBooks right now. That's my Monday job, not my Thursday job. All right, so let's do a new audio recording. And let's pull that down here and make sure that we are at maximal settings on the H6. Yes, we are. So that's all good right there. Okay, I'll slide this thing over since I only work with the single monitor. I'm using different glasses today that are still reflective, but they're not the flat ones that I wear all the time. So maybe I can see better and not offend you with my eyeballs. Okay, I'll read the cold open. Podcasters want to be in the top 100 where all the listening activity takes place. At least that's what we're being sold. But the reality is quite a bit different and a lot more rewarding. Tease. Okay, let's get this done. And by the way, if you want to talk to me while I'm doing the show, feel free to drop it in the chat. We're live on Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. I won't be watching those chats any longer, but I will as soon as I'm done with this. So 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever it takes me to get through my notes, I will come back and look at the chat and have a conversation with you afterwards. Okay? Oh, somebody just joined. Alex, you did slide in just in time, my friend. Welcome. I'm going to talk about you at the end of this as well. So, all right, here we go. Shall we? On the count of now. Podcasters want to be in the top 100, where all the listening activity takes place. At least that's what we're being sold. But the reality is quite a bit different and a lot more rewarding. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. A lot of attention is paid or directed at the top 100 or top 50 or even top 10 lists in podcasting. And there are tools and services that we podcasters can either get for free or buy into to track our rankings on various apps and directories. It's a rare day, I think, that passes where someone isn't out there promising another podcaster the secret to get a show, any show, at the top of that 100 list or a top 100 list for a fee, large or small. Now, I know you're not foolish enough to fall for those scams, but still, you would probably love to see your show listed in the top 100, wouldn't you? Of course you would. We all would. But I have a cryptic message for you. No one listens to the top 100 podcasts. Now, I know that was weird, what I just said. Here's what I'm not saying. I am not saying that the shows on the list aren't popular shows. Look, each of them get tens, if not hundreds of thousands of downloads on each one of their episodes. We know that. I'm also not saying that those shows don't have their ardent fans who listen intently and even proselytize others to listen to that show. Of course they do. That's absolutely true for every single one of those shows listed in the top 100. I'm just saying no one listens to all of them. In fact, no one listens to most of them. In fact, no one probably listens to all of the top 10 podcasts or even most of the top 10 podcasts. More, in fact, for you, the 80 million weekly podcast consumers in the U.S. spend more time listening to shows not in the top 100 than they do listening to content from the shows in the top 100. Now, do more people listen to top 100 shows than my show? Without a doubt. Do more people listen to top 100 shows than your show? Well, if your show isn't on that list, then almost certainly. But the majority of listeners, meaning, let me change the way I say that. The majority, meaning over 50% of the hours people spend listening to podcasts are spent on podcasts not in the top 100. It's tricky to wrap your head around, so let me try it another way. If we took every hour listeners spend listening to podcasts and dumped all of those hours out and put a label on them, segregated them between hours spent on top 100 and hours spent on not top 100, the total number of hours in the not top 100 would greatly exceed the other list. That's the long tail at work. And that's the power of podcasting. Podcasters not in the top 100 list are quite successful. Many of them lead a luxurious lifestyle. Many more can pay their bills. Many more than that are living satisfied, completely fulfilled lives. And an even greater number of them are happy, just happy, putting out their craft into the world. And many, like me, are happy to have found an audience that genuinely enjoys the content we produce and always seem to be hungry for more. So from me to you, thank you. Thank you very much for listening to the words that I have to say on a daily basis. Now, before I wrap this up, this, by the way, is the final episode of the third season of Podcast Pontifications, a few items. One, there will, without a doubt, be activity in the podcast feed while I am on break. One listener, hi York, has already sent me in his own pontification to publish. And I will do that. And also, if you would like to do the same, get in touch with me. I'll send you the very easy-to-follow instructions of how you can make that happen. Beyond that, I'm experimenting with some new ideas, and those might have an audio component. So, of course, you would get that in the feed while the break is happening. I'm definitely going to be experimenting with some publishing stuff, actually publishing newsletter information in a slightly different format. So if you're not yet on the newsletter, you want to fix that, go to podcastpontifications.com, click the big subscribe button on top, and enter in your email, and you'll be added to that list. Yesterday, speaking of new things, I invited people who support me with a membership on buymeacoffee.com to a special community. Yeah. And they all now, who are in there, and they're coming in today more, they will all have special founding member status, some little status badge to put on there. And this weekend, I'm going to open that up to people who have done one-time virtual coffee donations at buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. Once we worked out the kinks with my coffee people, the members and the one-time buyers, I'm then going to send out an email to everybody on the PPIYI, that's Podcast Pontifications, in your inbox, either later on this weekend or next week once we're all comfortable with it. I've got people like Alex T-Lander who's watching right now. Alex is going to help me do that as well. He's more of a master of this community than I am. And I've got others too. Steph is such is going to help. So we'll get all the kinks worked out, and then we'll let everybody who's on the newsletter in on the party as well. So definitely pick one, either, sign up for the buymeacoffee.com, either a membership or as a single coffee supporter, get on the Podcast Pontifications in your inbox list, or what the heck, just do all of those things. I think that'd be great. All right, that's it. I shall be back in July of 2021 with Season 4 of Podcast Pontifications. Cheers. Stop the recording. I'll stop this recording, and I'll come over in here. Boom, boom, boom. So there you go, people. That was it. If you missed it, well, you missed it. The good news is you can watch the replay. Better news, you can go to podcastpontifications.com, because in 2 hours and 46 minutes, I will have this episode published, ready to go. Audio file. Completely an article that takes all the words I said out loud and puts them into a human readable format. All that'll be done by 10 o'clock in the morning. And again, for those of you who subscribe to PPIYI, they'll get an email. Here it is in your inbox. So you can read it, you can listen to it, or pick it up in your podcast listening device of choice. Totally up to you. So thank you very much for watching the live stuff. Very likely that I won't be doing a lot of live stuff. At least not this 7 a.m. Phoenix time between now and July. Most of it will be behind the scenes thing. So again, get on the list either at the Buy Me a Coffee or the PPIYI so you can see and hear. You won't be able to see, be able to hear and read the things I have up to. I mean, who knows? I may pop on and do a live thing. Sure, you never know. It all depends on how the mood takes me. So with that, again, I appreciate your attention for all of these episodes, and let's do this again realish soon. 6 weeks or so. Sounds good to me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great summer, and if I don't see you live between now and then, see you in July. Bye.